And I moderate your Discord, please.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the Squad of Humans podcast. It's been a while since we last uploaded. It's been like 3 weeks, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, 3 weeks. So I think it was the last episode I talked about how I really wanted to keep it consistent, and then we just took a 3 week break. So
Well,
yeah,
honestly, it wasn't necessarily a break. It was just us
we
not
just didn't
finding
record
a day.
anything.
Exactly, not finding a day for us to be like, all right, let's sit down and actually talk about shit.
Yeah, yeah.
Pretty
So
much every weekend, me and Jackson have been gone doing stuff, so it's been quite difficult.
yeah. So yeah, today it's me, and then we're here with Brian and
Yep.
Fab.
What's up, guys?
So a little bit smaller of a cast today, but we're gonna make do. We'll make it work. Yeah, so we actually have a lot to talk about because, like we already said, we were gone, so we've been doing a lot of stuff.
And a lot of drugs.
Yeah. Um. So I think I think the best way to start this would be with the story about Monterey Car Week.
Really?
Well, okay.
What the fuck
I'm
was
sorry.
that?
Yeah. So yeah, we we're pretty into cars, right? And I'm like really into cars. And there's this thing called Monterey Car Week every year, and it's like all of the like exotic car producers get together and they put on like a giant week-long car show to like announce their new cars. And me and Brian went down there this week for like one day because I really wanted to. I kind of forced him to come with me, and we
We were
went
originally
down.
going to look at the 370Z.
Yeah, we were originally going to look at a car that Brian was going to possibly buy, but then we realized kind of it was going to be out of the way, so it was either look at this car or go to Monterey. And so I said we're going to Monterey because you don't need a car.
Yeah, it was
So
over my budget anyway, so I'm glad we didn't go.
yeah, and Brian was like kind of against the whole Monterey thing at first. Like
I
he's
wasn't
like,
against going there. I was against like staying the night.
yeah. So we weren't gonna stay the night originally. We were just gonna drive back up to where we live and just call it good. But it's like a 5 hour drive. And we didn't want to do that. I didn't want to do that. Brian really wanted to do that. He was like, I want to sleep in my own bed. Man." And we had some friends down there, so we just met up with them and stayed in their hotel. But before we get to that, uh we uh we go down there and in Monterey there's like this very rich golf like country club community called Pebble Beach, and it's right on the beach, and there's just beautiful golf courses, and it's like this very beautiful coastal forest, and you gotta usually pay to even get in just to drive around in there. But since that was like kind of the main hub for where Car Week was like at, like that's where all the main shows were, they just had it completely shut down because they didn't want random people going in. So we show up and I immediately we find that place, and I'm like, I don't know like how we're gonna get it because it's close to public. So we just turn around, end up driving around through Carmel and Monterey and just looking at like amazing cars. Like immediately we saw a McLaren F1 GT, which is like cool $40 million car, and
The
like
Bugatti Chiron.
Bugatti Chiron just sitting out in front of a hotel, and just Porsche GT3 RSs everywhere, Lamborghinis everywhere, McLarens everywhere. We saw two McLaren Elvas. On our way down, we saw like 50 Ferraris, no joke.
There was
It
so
was
many Ferraris.
it was
So
so
many.
sick. It was so sick. And we we just had a good time doing that until we met up with our friend David. And David and his dad have been down there for like 2 days before us. So they went for like the whole weekend event thing. We literally were just going to be there for like 4 hours originally. And we meet up with them and we're like, okay, let's all get in my car and let's see if we can sneak into Pebble Beach. I had talked to someone who snuck in like a couple of days before. He said just to say that we're going to one of the auction companies. So I'm like, cool. So I get up to the window and I almost blew it. I go, yeah, we're here for Goodings and Company. He goes, oh, okay, go ahead. I go, I don't have to pay or anything. Don't you usually have to pay to drive here? And he goes, no, you're going to an auction. I was like, oh yeah, right, right. And I just kept going. And
Yeah, that was kind of sketch, not gonna lie.
yeah, I totally
He
almost
should
blew
have
it.
turned us around.
Oh, 100%. But I think he was like, oh, it's the last day. Who cares? So apparently the
They
place we were
lost about
going.
$4,500 because they let us through.
What? Oh yeah, I guess you're
Because
right.
the
Of
tickets were
course did, yeah.
1,500, and me, you, and David all got in.
Yeah, but I mean that was just because we legit snuck in later. But
Yeah, that was sick though.
that wasn't. They didn't lose any money for us just coming through the gate. Um,
Well, yeah.
so there's this like road through Pebble Beach, and it's called like 17-mile drive, and it's this really like beautiful drive through the mountains and on the beach. And
No, it's not through the
After-
mountains. It's just by the beach. You took the fucking mountain route on accident,
no,
bro.
that is 17-mile drive. That whole road is 17 miles, and it's called 17-mile drive. And it's like that part through the mountains is a part of the tourist road and all that. Okay.
I thought it was 17 miles from right there where you could have turned left and go all the way down the beach. I thought that was all the way through 17 Mile. I didn't think that it was like up the mountain and stuff.
Yeah, it was up
Because
the
that was
mountain
just
and
through
everything.
like a
I was just
neighborhood.
following. I just got told to follow the tourist drive things, and I end up there. And Anthony was like, "Yeah, just do the whole drive. Like it's worth it. It's a nice drive." And so I was like, "Okay, I guess we're just going this way." I didn't think it would take that long to get through it,
Why
but
did Fab leave?
it was cool. I don't know. Okay,
That
he's
was a
back.
distraction.
Anyways,
Welcome back.
I'm still here. I'm just messing
Yeah.
around with things.
okay. Anyways, um, yeah. So I turn right when the place we were trying to go, and we were trying to get there kind of quick, because like it was the last day and it was like 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So we were like trying to get there decently quick, and I took the wrong turn. And we didn't have direction to this place because it's not on like a map or anything.
Not at all.
And no, literally, it's not. We couldn't find it.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I was agreeing
Okay,
with you.
I thought
there.
you were being sarcastic.
No.
And so
I'm baked. I
We're
sound
just, like,
sarcastic.
we're just like driving, trying to figure out where we're going, and it's like not working. Like we're just like, this is the longest. Like, I'm like, I'm just gonna keep following the road, and eventually we'll end up there. That's what Anthony said. I'm going by it. And so like an hour later, we start seeing a whole bunch of cars as like parked alongside the road, like as we're getting down to the beach. I mean, it was probably like 5 miles worth of road where it was just packed on the side of the road. On both sides was just supercars the whole way. There like wasn't any normal cars. It was just like supercars and hypercars. Like the most normal cars we saw were the tour buses.
No,
Like-
we saw some like Camaros and Mustangs. And
Yeah, but I
BRZs
mean,
and
like-
stuff.
like, I'm
kind
talking,
of
like,
basic.
There was nothing that wasn't like at least a sports car though. Like it was sick.
Yeah, that's true.
It was sick.
Except for your whatever you were driving. I'm not
Oh,
gonna
yeah,
spoil
my-
that yet, but
yeah, my new car.
yeah.
But we keep going, and we're trying to figure out where we're going. So we have no clue. So we just start turning off onto these random streets where we were like, oh, there's a lot of cars parked here. Maybe this is where we're supposed to go. It wasn't at all where we were supposed to go. We were just driving into like a neighborhood. And then we just kept going down 17 Mile, kept going. And then we kind of just drive into like this little like kind of town thing. Like it looked like we were driving through like a very, very nice outlet mall. and we just like keep going, and all of a sudden like we see two parking lots, and I'm like, okay, think this is where we're supposed to go. And so we drive through and we do this little loop, and as we start to drive through these like building kind of things, look to our right, and we see like 7 Bugattis, and like the Bugatti like
Yeah.
stand, and they had the Bugatti race car on the spinning pedestal. It was so sick. So
Was
we're like,
that
all right,
like a
cool.
F1 style Bugatti? Is that
Yeah,
what kind of what they were
well,
going
it's not
for?
F1. It's just a track car that you can buy.
Okay.
It's called the Bolide for anyone listening. But we got to see that, and that was sick. So we were like, okay, this is the right place. So we circle around and we just kind of parked in a random parking lot. It had like a sign, and we were supposed to have a tag on our car, like so that we could park there. Like it was some expensive parking because it was literally right up front, and we just kind of parked in that lot. It was like a dirt lot fenced in, so nobody could really see. So we just parked. Our friend's dad stayed with the car, and we hung a receipt from the mirror to make it look like we had a tag.
Yeah.
And we just literally walked into Concours d'Elegance, which is like one of the biggest car shows ever. We got to see like the Bugatti stand. We got to see all of the concept cars and like the brand new Lamborghini Countach that was announced 2 days ago. We got to see that in person
It
and
was
hear it
so
start up and see
beautiful.
it driving.
It was
New dream car.
oh.
And then we saw a Koenigsegg Jesko, a Koenigsegg Gamera, Bugatti Chiron
Was it the
Super Sport.
Gamera or I thought it was the Chimera.
No, it's a Gamera with a G.
I swear it had a C, and then the mirrors on the side, they were cameras.
Yeah,
I
it's a
think it's
G.
actually a hold on, I have pictures of it. I'm gonna find this out, but continue.
I know it's a G. Trust me. Like I know. But yeah, just tons of crazy cars. We saw like a Gambalo Porsche for the off-road sand dune one, the 959,
Whoa.
the newer, and then like
There was
just
just one random
mind
car there.
blowing.
Oh, it was like a what, a
Oh, it
Range
was a
Rover?
Lincoln. There was like a Lincoln
Oh.
Navigator just on the concept car
Yeah,
line.
just next
I
to
was like,
all
what?
these almost like
Um,
$100,000
like
cars
million
to
dollar
like
cars.
$1 million cars. Yeah.
And there's just this $60,000 Lincoln Navigator.
Yeah, it's just chilling, bro.
Just chilling, bro. But we like look at the concept card and stuff, and then we went up onto one of the putting greens that was right off of the main area, and it was the Ferrari part of the show. And so Ferrari had their stage with some new car on it. I didn't get to see that because it was all roped off. But they had a part that was like public, and it had the SF90 Stradale and the F8 Tributo on their show. But then off to the left a little bit was this very own like kind of area with a sign up front for this old, like really old red race car Ferrari. And it just so happened to be a Ferrari 250 GTO number
It's the
24.
Gamera. You're
I
right.
told you, I knew it. You didn't have to fight me. I knew the answer.
It just looked so much like a C because the little like
'Cause
thing
you're
that goes that's
stupid.
supposed to go towards the middle. No, I'm
Anyways,
just
shut up.
minorly unintelligent.
Anyways, it was a Ferrari 250 GTO, number 24, and number 23 sold for 75 million and was the most expensive car ever sold. And we got to see number 24 in person close up, which was really cool. Oh my god.
Even though it was like the ugliest thing there.
Shut up. It was not. That car is
It
beautiful.
wasn't ugly. It was a very, very pretty car.
It was
but,
very
like,
old.
it didn't look like what it was supposed to be like, or not like that. I'm so big. Sorry. Continue.
Okay, so and then like off to the left even more was like a Ferrari club or something, and they just had all their cars parked. And I think out of the 40 Ferrari Monza SPs that were made, 20 of them were in that grass parked. So that was really cool, getting to see half of like all the cars ever made.
Yeah, that was really
And
cool. I
and
didn't like how they didn't have the roof though.
there were just a ton of like old classic Ferraris and new ones, like the P1, P2, or no, the P4, P5, the Pininfarina Ferrari, and LaFerrari F40s, F50s, Enzos. Like it was insane. And as we're walking kind of towards the back of the Ferrari like parking grass area, we look over at the Concours d'Elegance, the private show, the one that you need tickets to get into. We're looking at like the side fencing of it, and we just see this giant gap where one of the fence panels is missing. And there's just like not really a lot of people standing around it. And I
There
kind
was
of look
there
at
was like 3 security like right there
oh yeah, there was some
by the
security.
actual
But they
entrance
were
where there
standing
was
by the
the people.
exit. They were standing by the exit for the cars, and they weren't really paying attention to the little fence piece that was missing behind them.
But it was like 2 fence pieces over. It was sick. I don't know how
Yeah,
they didn't like care,
yeah.
but yeah.
We literally just. I kind of looked at Brian. I was like, What do you think that is possible?" And at first, him and our friend David were like, "No, dude, no way. We can't sneak into there, bro. No, we're gonna get kicked out. Anything we do, no." And the whole time I was just kind of like we're only here once. It's like what the worst they're gonna do is kick us out. Like, oh well, we're not supposed to be here anyways. So I was just like, let's go do this. Let's go do this. Let's go do this. And I convinced them somehow to sneak through the gate with me, and
I
we
didn't have a
just
problem sneaking through.
yeah, I'm pretty sure you did. You didn't want to go down and even look at the concept cars or nothing. You were like, no, no, we can't go down
No,
those
I did.
stairs.
When we got to it, I was like, "Yo, there's an open fence," and we just walked through. There was no hesitation for that one. That was like when we first got there, I think,
Yeah,
because
but
there was
say a
there was
lot of
so
the
much security, and we didn't have the
oh, there
fucking
was so
lanyard.
much security, and yeah, there was like a lanyard everyone was wearing that we didn't have. But we walked through the fence and immediately are greeted by 4 or 5 original Lamborghini Countaches with the doors up, with the beach behind them.
I think there
It
was only 2.
it was a beautiful sight. Well, there was more like off to the side. Like so there was the 2 that were like way like right in the middle, and then there were 2 off to the side next to all the
There was
Porsche.
the purple one, and I think there was the
Okay,
yellow one, right?
yeah, hang on. I think I'm gonna
I have the
butcher
picture. I have a
this.
video of it.
I think I'm gonna butcher this, but it was a Countach and then a bunch of Porsche 916 race cars.
Yeah, I think so.
I think they were 916s. No, they were not 916s. Those are disgusting.
Gotcha.
Porsche 917, I think. Porsche 917. Yes. Okay. Tons of them. Like 10 of them. 10 Porsche 917s.
Yeah,
A
there was
bunch
a
of
lot.
ones in the Golf colorway. Like one of them was like not even restored at all from when it was a race car. So it was a fully like racer, like it looked like it had just gotten off the track. Like just got done with Le Mans.
Probably did.
Yeah, for real. And then there was just a bunch of old like Duesenbergs and Ferraris and Bentleys and Rolls Royces and BMWs. And it was really cool. It was something to see. It was like right on the beach, and it was awesome. And after that, I think we went back, and as
You
we were
tried to get into
leaving,
the thing.
oh yeah, I tried to get into the
Was
Aston
that
Martin
Aston
booth.
Martin? Yeah, that was
Yeah,
Aston
because they
Martin.
had their F1 car there, and I'm a huge F1 fan, and I wanted to see it. And they were like, "No, sorry, we're closed." I was like, "Oh, you dick."
And then that one
'Cause-
guy came up and he was like, "Oh, they're not letting the riffraff in
oh
yet."
yeah, he was like, "They're not letting the riffraff in yet. Guess I'm never buying an Aston Martin from you." So that was pretty funny. And then we started just heading toward the exit. We just went through the main exit because like
There
we
was
were
so many
already
people.
there, so like who cares? And so we're walking out the main exit, and as we walk past like the booth where you pick up your book thing, it's like a very big catalog of every car that was there and everything you need to know about it, everything that was debuted. It was really nice. And I was like, man, I wish we could have got those. And this guy heard me and David talking about it and walks up to his, it's like, oh, you guys didn't get your book? He had like a British accent. And we were like, no. He's like, here you go. And handed us both free tabs to get our souvenir book thing. And
Yeah,
so
he
we
didn't
both got
hand one
those
to
for
me.
free. Yeah,
He just
didn't.
kind of looked at me. He was like, he kind of looked sad, honestly. He probably saw my face. I kind of looked down. I was like, ah, I don't get a tag. I don't know what it's for, but I don't get one. And then I saw it was a book. I was like, oh, that's fucking lame. I thought it was gonna
Yeah.
like be car keys or something.
It's a cool book though.
Yeah, no, it's sick.
But yeah, so that's how we snuck into Concourse de Orleans.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Context for the rest. Jackson, you got a new car.
Yes, Brian, you got a new car.
I also got a new car, but we'll start with you
What?
because
Fab, you got a
your
new car.
Almost.
Did he?
No, almost.
Almost.
But do we want to wait
No.
until Fab gets his?
Nah,
That'd be such a
because
cocky.
we have a lot of stories of these cars that we need to talk about.
Okay, yeah, true. Okay, well, I guess we'll start with mine. I set out to a dealership to go and purchase a new vehicle. I didn't know what I wanted. I just knew I wanted something kind of like an SUV that could tow and like just had plenty of storage for everything, but got decent gas mileage, all that stuff. So I show up and they have pretty much nothing I want, and I need a car because I didn't really have a car at the time. And I have a boat, and I wanted to take my boat out. My truck is about to blow up. So I was like, I want a car. So I was pretty much willing to settle for anything. And so the lady goes,
for Expedition.
yeah, the lady showed me this Expedition Sport. Super nice. Way nicer interior than the car that I got, but definitely I got a better option. But she showed me that car, and I was like, cool, I like it. I test drove it. I was like, I like it. I want to buy it. But I look at the time and I realize, oh, I have to leave in 5 minutes to go pick my sister up from the airport in Sacramento. I was like, is there any way we can do this over the phone or something? She's like, yeah, give me a call when you're on the road. We can do it all over the phone. It's like, cool. So I start driving and give her a call and give her my information and everything, fill out the paperwork on the phone. She's like, okay, we're going to run your credit, blah, 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 and see if we can get you approved for the payment you want. And I was pretty nervous about that because I've never bought a car. I've been working on getting my credit up though, but I'd never bought like anything big like a car. And so I was like, okay, like let's do it. Let's send it. And she checked and I got approved, but it was going to be like really high interest rate, really expensive. It's like, okay, well, I'm going to need some time to think about it. She was like, okay, I think I want to see if we could get a cosigner to get that payment down, blah, blah, blah. And so I started talking with my dad about co-signing, and then about 30 minutes down the road, I get a phone call from her, and she goes, hey, got some good news. And I'm like expecting like, oh, you got approved or for a better rate somewhere else or something like that. She goes, I know you mentioned earlier that you wanted to look at a Bronco. I go, yeah. And she goes, well, we actually just got one in 20 minutes ago because they didn't have any. And I was like, okay. And she was like, do you want to just start the paperwork on that? I said, yes, absolutely. Unseen. She didn't even tell me what color it was. I had no clue what engine it had in it. I didn't know anything. All I knew was I was getting a new Bronco Sport. And so I did. I bought a 2021 Bronco Sport. And then immediately took it on a road trip to Monterey.
Like before you even hit 500 miles. You hit 500 miles on the way back up to my house.
I hit 1,000 miles on the way back up to your house.
Oh, that's right. I think you
Yeah,
hit 500
I hit 500 on our way down. So it was literally like I bought the car and then left 2 days later in the car for a road trip. Or no, it
Very
was 1 day
comfortable.
later. We waited 1 day, and in that 1 day, I put like 200 miles on it, just driving around like crazy. It's a new car. And then, yeah, we got it up to 2,000. We put in like 700 or 800 miles on that car. So
Yeah, it's got a little turbo.
it's got a little turbo that goes shoo-doo-doo-doo.
It's pretty cool, pretty neat,
It
honestly.
is pretty nice.
I got a new car as well right after Jackson. I was looking for like a
I just stood on my
I
bed and
wanted to-
chugged a Dutch Bros Rebel.
sick. I was looking for a 370Z or a BRZ or FRS or something like that, and I couldn't really find any within my budget because for some reason FRSs and BRZs are going for like 25K right now, and there's barely any of them for sale. So my dad sent me a picture of a 2012 Camaro, and I was like, "That's kind of gay. I don't want a Camaro." Eh, and then I just couldn't find anything else. Like there was that Eclipse, right, Jackson? That's what it was.
Yeah, we found an Eclipse. I was pretty tight, but Brian said, "No, it don't
It
go
was
brr."
10K. It looked, or it was $10,000. It kind of looked too much like a ricer for me. Like I can deal with like 370s,
It was it was
350s.
like a 2012.
Yeah,
So it was like a very new kind of like when they got the bad body style.
uh-huh.
Just
And then there was a Mercedes, whatever, that was also, I think that one was 12,000. It was a 2012 as well. It was pretty cool.
that one was
Then
sick.
we went to the dealership at wherever I went to buy a car. Not telling you guys the name.
Go Toyota.
Yeah, it was a Toyota dealership, and I test drove the Camaro. We started with a white one.
That was flat.
That thing was not in good shape at all.
It was
I
so
even had
flat.
the guy test drive it, and I was just sitting passenger. and
Yeah,
Jackson
he
was
wouldn't
in the
even test
back.
drive it. He was like, "No." I was like, "Okay."
And then the guy, he starts it. He's like, it drives smooth, but I'm feeling some strange things. We got back to the dealership after taking it like on the highway for like down for a mile or something like that.
Little rip.
Yeah, just a little test drive on the highway, showing us a little
Just
bit
a
of the
little
power,
rip.
the power within. And then
That's what the
yeah,
mask is.
we got back, we parked,
That's
and
what
the
the mask
car.
is.
What? Shut up. We parked the car. We went to take out the key. The key would not come out.
He was stuck, bro.
That key was stuck in that
He
car.
would
He's
not
like,
move. Like they were like yanking on it, and it would not move.
They had two of the guys there. They were like, "Yeah, no, that's not coming out." And I was like, "Nah." And then the like AC and the little radio thing was turning on and off over and over again.
He
It
was
was like
just
spasming.
blinking, and he was
And
like, "Yeah,
the-
this thing's a pile of shit. You don't want this, man."
He's like,
Like
"We
legit.
don't have a white
And the
Camaro."
dealer was like, "You don't
We
want a
don't have
white Camaro. You want a red one. We don't even have a white one."
Yeah, we don't even have a
It
white
was so
Camaro
funny.
here. And then we test drove the red one, and
And now he is a police officer's prime suspect.
yeah, I live with one, and I have a
Yeah.
Camaro, and I'm doing very many illegal mods to it very soon, hopefully.
I thought you were about to say drugs.
Yeah, I got a Camaro, and now
Yeah,
I'm
that
addicted to
too.
ketamine.
Hey, a little bit of ket never hurts.
Nah, never.
Why
And
is ketamine the funny drug? You know what I mean? Like, is it just fun to say ketamine?
it's really fun to say it. Like after hearing that meme about like no,
Sponge boy me Bob.
who the Mr. Krabs? Goddamn, I was
Sponge boy
thinking,
me Bob.
I was thinking his name was Krabby Patty. I was like, Krabby Patty. No, his name's not Krabby Patty, Brian. It's fucking Mr. Krabs, right? That's right.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, you're
Mr.
good.
Yes, it's Mr. Krabs.
That would be fucking
yeah.
hilarious if Brian said his name is
God.
Mr. Krabby Patty.
name is Jeff. Anyways,
And now my Camaro is leaking transmission fluid, and I have grinding in the gears, and I'm trying to figure this shit out
Is
because
it a
it's only
stick,
been a
Brian?
week. No,
No,
no, it's a fucking automatic.
auto, and he's
Oh, no.
grinding gears.
It's only when it shifts between the first and second gear, though. That's
Only the
time I
two
hear it.
most important gears.
No, a little grinding
True.
it never hurt anything at all. Just a little bit of grind.
You could maybe go from first to third, but you definitely can't start it in third.
I can't even get past third. I get to 118 miles per hour and it stops me. It's like, nah, you're good. So Fab, did you have anything, or are we going with the other,
A spacey topic.
very spicy, controversial? Fab, you need to talk. You haven't talked yet. Let's hear
God
it.
never
yeah.
talks.
I mean, I do talk. I'm just letting you guys talk because you had a lot on your plate. I also have a lot on my plate too. Like a few weeks ago, this was like almost right after we recorded the last podcast.
Uh-huh.
I found alcohol at work, and it was called Irish Death, I think, and it was like
Sounds fun.
it was fucking expired. The expiration date was 2019. I was like, what the fuck?
Oh, that makes it even better, dude. It'll hit so
So it
much
was-
harder.
It was 2 years old. Freaking expired. Gross
No,
alcohol.
it
that
was
I've never
probably
fucking
like
heard of.
it was probably like 3 or 4 years old. Because doesn't beer take a while to expire? Like a year or two?
I don't know, but yeah, I found alcohol at work one time. So that shit was interesting.
What about those big ass rats, dude? I saw those on your story.
Yeah. I've been finding these big ass rats at carriages, dude, and they're like the size of little rabbits now. Swear to God, they're fucking huge.
Jeez.
And they're like running all around. Dude, yesterday, my coworker was backing up to the compactor, and there were these rats that were stuck inside the compactor, and I was chucking bags of trash trying to like hopefully squish one of these rats and keep them in the compactor and shit. But
Jeez.
they were sitting on the compactor like making eye contact with me, just wide-eyed staring at me. I was like, "Holy shit,
like-
dude."
They're chilling, saying like, "Do it, bitch. You won't.
Right.
You won't fucking
exactly.
compact me."
They all fucking scram every time.
Oh, that's so sad.
I'll chuck like a bag or two in the compactor, and then they just go squeak, and then like everybody dips out of the compactor, like all the fucking rats, like 5 or 6 of them just fly out of the compactor.
Are you in a big city, or are you more like a
Local
suburb?
gov.
I mean, I'm, like, I guess you could say that I'm in a big city, but it's more
Right.
it's more of a town than a city, honestly.
I guarantee you it's bigger than where we're at.
Oh yeah, for sure. I know it is. But yeah, like
I know you poor fucks.
no, here where I live, I mean, it is called a city, but it feels like there's a downtown.
Is it a new city?
Oh no, it's a pretty
Possibly named
city.
after
Don't.
York peppermint patties?
What?
How does that even correlate?
Right.
Is it New York City?
Moving
it's
on.
not.
All right. So
Big cities tend to have a lot of rats, yeah?
I guess. No, but
I'm gonna get
yeah,
Dr. Pepper. I'll be
I
back.
fucking. All right. Yeah, those fucking rats are fucking.
They're
crazy.
massive.
Dead ass.
They're
dude.
massive.
They
I
are
didn't think rats actually
fucking-
got that big.
Dude, they're huge, bro. They're like, I was telling Brian this, but they're like the size of like freaking baby rabbits, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Freaking huge and disgusting too.
Yeah. No, they're not. They're not cool.
Nope.
I used to actually have pet rats.
Really.
And they were cool. They weren't that big.
Yeah.
But city
Yeah, dude.
rats? Oh,
Fuck that.
I'll mess with
dude.
it.
I
Mess with it.
I was at work opening the fucking gate because there's usually a gate because the compactor's locked in a gated area, and I was trying to open this gate and there were rats like fucking sprinting towards me as I was opening this gate.
What
And I
would a
was
trash compactor do to a human body?
Um, probably fucking compact it. Honestly,
Okay. Okay.
I mean, like, if you stepped in there and just like let it fucking compact you, bro, that shit. Oh my god, I wouldn't even want to know, cause it's like all hydraulics and shit. So it
Mm.
like there's like hydraulics and stuff, and it compacts the trash via hydraulics, and like if
I was
you
thinking more like a dead body, but speaking of dead bodies, me and Brian had to sweep his front yard last night.
Yeah, late last night while we were both baked as fuck, one of our car alarms went off, and I grabbed a machete, and I had
And
to
he
find a
gave
nice
me a
flashlight.
shotgun
Yeah, I gave him a 12
while
gauge.
I am baked out of my goddamn mind.
Yeah, Jackson picked it up, and I was like, "This is a bad idea."
He
Jackson
picked it up
does
and he
not
gives
have
it to
need a
me.
shotgun.
He goes, "Do you want the shotgun?" And I look at him, I go, "Yeah,
You're
yeah,
like,
I do
"Of
want this
course I want the
shotgun."
shotgun.
And then we just walk out there like da 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 da. And
No,
the
we
second
walked
I
through the
pick it up,
garage.
the second I pick up the shotgun, I'm just like, yeah, I don't. And then I hear a door close behind me, and we turn around and we see Brian's older brother with his AR-15, and I'm like, yeah, we don't need this. And I was
He's
just
got
putting
an
it back. I
AR
was like,
with strobe light, hollow sight,
yeah. I was like, I
clapped
don't
out, dude. That
need
thing is
this
sick.
shotgun. Like, I'm good. So
And we all swept
we all
my
walked around
front
and
yard
swept his front yard.
looking for any very unlucky trespassers.
Indians.
I thought you meant
What?
like a fucking broom, like sweeping the fucking
No.
front. I was like, what
No,
the
we were
fuck? Why would you
sweeping
sweep
for-
your front yard?
We were sweeping for terrorists. Speaking of
Yeah, we were-
terrorists, hey, Afghanistan, that's crazy.
That is crazy. I believe it's 12 Marines dead and 1 Navy corpsman dead. I believe
Not
that
to
is
get
the-
political or anything, but the Taliban are kind of bad.
The Taliban are.
I'm just throwing it out.
They've
Throwing
done
it,
some bad things in their time.
just
like,
tossing it.
No. Yeah.
Weren't they the ones that would like do the beheadings and put it on live leak?
What?
Yeah, I remember watching a live leak beheading by like a Taliban dude in like the 6th grade in the locker room.
What the fuck?
Yeah, did you never have that experience?
Nope.
What? Your friend never came up to you and was like, "Hey, bro, check this shit out." And you look at his phone and it's just some dude getting his head cut off.
Dude, oh my god, that shit's fucked, Jackson.
Or
You got fucking
or-
scarred, bro.
that was like my first time seeing porn was like that.
Where did Brian go?
I don't know, he just texted me.
Yeah, for anyone listening, I'm Brian and
We don't know where he went.
and
He said he
Jackson-
said he was going somewhere a while ago, but I forgot where he went. I forgot he
Yeah,
even left
like,
until you said that, to be
we-
honest.
We've literally just been like leaving and joining this fucking podcast stage.
Yeah. It's a little scuffed, but hey,
Yeah.
it is what it is. So, and
I'm back. My internet died.
oh, that's
Oh.
why you left. All right, that's fair. That's fair.
My
Yeah.
internet literally just shut off. I thought you guys stopped talking. I was like, well, all
No,
right
I
then.
kept
And
it
then,
going.
and then I
I'm
went
not
on
letting it
Chrome.
die.
Where did you get? What did you get to? Like, what
Jackson
part of it?
introduced
Damn
the
black
Taliban
bitch
and-
pussy. It was like that in like 6th grade.
Oh, your friend came up and was like, "Hey, look
Yeah.
at these boobies."
No, I walked into a bathroom and there were like a bunch of dudes huddled around some kid's iPod. And I like peeked over to see what was going on. They're like, "Bro, check this out." And it was like 2 fat black people going at it. Once again, nothing wrong with that, but like my first time. Come
Your first time, you're like, "What is going on here?"
I was
What
so
am I
Why
looking
would you
at?
say that shit so white, dude? You're like, homie, what is going on here? You said that shit so fucking white.
My last
No.
name is just forget about it.
Stop fucking saying that shit. You're making me have to edit everything, dog.
I don't care if
mean, I'm gonna have
people
to.
know my name.
No,
I don't care if people know my name.
I respect your privacy.
Why?
Anyways,
I
shut
respect
up,
your privacy,
bitch.
even though you don't.
Bitch, shut up.
Just bleep it. Don't edit it out. Just bleep it.
All right. I have a topic that Brian told me to write down a week or two ago about the Honda Croissant. What's up with that, Brian?
Oh, yes. No, it's
What?
not that. That's not what it's called. I got it. I got the real one.
A Honda Croissant?
No, that's not it. It was the
Citrus.
no, it was the Honda Insight in citrus green.
It's my dream car.
Yeah.
It's
Why did-
absolutely beautiful.
Why the fuck did Brian tell me to write Honda Croissant then? Was he hungry?
Because that's
or
what he
some
thought
shit?
it was. And it was like, no, it's citrus. And I was like, I looked up citrus and he was like, no, it's an Insight. It's like, okay.
What?
Citrus is the
Yeah.
color. It's a Honda Insight. It's fucking beautiful. It's
I don't know about that
actually
one.
not. It's really really ugly. But yeah,
So Afghanistan.
Oh my
Back to
God.
that one. Anyways, yeah, Afghanistan. Taliban.
there's a lot
bad
of
dudes.
mad people at the moment.
They're very
There's
mad people.
a lot. Lots
Here,
going on. Lots not being answered. Stuff is all over the place.
And there's one person to blame, and that is Sleepy Joe.
not to point fingers or anything, but
Sleepy Joe.
I don't want to get too political just because
I don't either.
I believe that Fab is left leaning. I think
I would agree with that.
I don't want to start any arguments. Or
Actually,
anything, but Commander,
if you look at the facts and logic, okay, if you look at the facts and logic, they actually point towards the fact that Fab is a non-denomination.
Shut the fuck up.
I'm Jewish.
You
Who
are.
am I? Who am I?
Who are you? Mia
I-
Khalifa?
I'm Jewish, and my
Jackson
my
has
name is
confirmed
my name is
Mia Khalifa.
Ben. My name is Ben Shapiro.
Oh my god, that's what that is. Oh,
Yeah,
how did I not get that?
I don't know. You
Um,
love Ben Shapiro.
I know, right? Yeah, but
The
anyway,
Orthodox Jew.
that stuff is going on. It's a mess. Commander in Chief is not answering a lot of questions, and a lot of people that love America, like myself,
Are
aren't
very
too happy
angry.
with the decisions that have been made. But
We're
hopefully
very,
we'll
very unhappy.
figure it out, get our like $85 billion worth of stuff back.
Yeah.
What if they're
It's what,
I
just
just
doing
saw-
that shit?
It came out to $250 a person
Hey,
given
wait,
to
wait,
the
wait,
Taliban.
wait. What if they're all doing that shit for clout? Like, just think about it, you know? Like, they're
It's
like,
Dude,
America,
the
look at
Taliban?
this shit. Bang, bang, bang,
No.
bang, bang. Oh my
But yeah,
They
god.
literally
that's
do.
why they're doing it.
They mimicked the Marines raising the flag on Iwo Jima. It was Afghans wearing United States clothing, like gear, and raising a Taliban flag in the exact pose, and took a picture of it, posted it. That picture went pretty viral, and that made things a lot worse. People were like,
Because
"Okay,
of the fact that Taliban leadership is allowed to be on Twitter, but the 50th president of the United States can't.
that is true."
Like what? Not to
And
get
then
political or anything. I know there's a lot of people that
today-
hate Trump, so
Today, a video of the Taliban actually successfully flying a Black Hawk has surfaced, and
That
they
was
had a dude hanging
terrifying.
from it by a rope. So
Yeah.
that's not good. They've learned how to fly it. Hopefully, hopefully the military took the keys to the fucking tanks, because that's gonna be a real bummer for us.
I saw this picture, Brian, and it was like it said the Taliban in 2 weeks. And it was a picture of Borat, and it said, "I coming to America."
So the Taliban have been just hijacking U.S. fucking
No.
aircraft and
No,
So,
they're not hijacking
they're not
it. We just
hijacking
left
it.
it all back.
So yeah,
Or we
what
just left it
happened
there.
is Joe decided to pull all the troops out of Afghanistan,
Without
and
taking into consideration of the 10,000 American citizens that were in Afghanistan at the time, along with billions of dollars worth of guns. I believe we left about 356,000 M4s,
Yeah.
128,000 pistols. We got
I can pull it up right here, Brian. Give me a second.
it's a big
Dude,
number. Like
Jackson,
they
you don't have to do
enough.
that.
Well, I'm curious as to see, because I remember it was like 80,000 machine guns, like M249s.
Yeah, and they have like a bunch of Humvees. I believe that was like 37,000 or something like that.
What?
Or
Yeah.
maybe it was 3,700. I don't exactly remember. They have 85 Blackhawks. Oh no, they have 85 Little Birds. You know, the fucking ones with the miniguns?
Hey, Jamie, can you pull that up, please? You
What?
guys get the joke?
No.
What?
What is that from?
Joe Rogan podcast.
Oh, I don't listen to him.
Okay, here, I got it. 208 plus aircraft, 600,000 plus guns,
Holy
2,000
fuck.
armored vehicles, 32,000
Holy
plus
fuck.
grenades, motors, rockets, and bombs, and 30 million rounds of ammunition.
Woo.
It equals
Fuck,
out to be about 236 taxpayer dollars per person that lives in the United States.
Yes, and so pretty much they have enough gear. Their military is already stronger than most countries in the world right now. They have
Yeah.
more
True.
like armored vehicles. Like literally, I honestly think that their military is bigger than like Estonia.
Oh,
And
easily.
Estonia is a pretty small military. Um, Estonia doesn't even have a navy or a air force. I think they
Taliban
kinda
doesn't
just
have a
the
navy,
US.
but they could totally make an air force if they learn how
They-
to fly those things good.
Yeah, they
Facts.
figured out a Black Hawk, but I'd like to see them try to
Yeah,
figure out
did you see the video of
F-18.
them trying to fly a Black Hawk and it was just like hovering above the ground and they like couldn't land it, so he just kept going in circles, just
Yeah,
hovering
no,
like
that
a
was
foot above the
hilarious.
ground. Dude, okay, listen. If I can fly an F-14 on Flight Sim and land it correctly once, I'm sure the Taliban can do it, okay?
That's
Especially with
debatable,
all the
Jackson.
access they have on Twitter. Like,
Yeah.
probably leaked videos of, hey, this is exactly how you start and run a Black Hawk helicopter.
Here's how to fly an F-18.
And then when those Marines and the Navy corpsmen came back, there was a funeral and Joe Biden was standing there and he was like checking the time on his watch. Like he didn't want to be at the funeral of these Marines that died under his hands and stuff. He was checking out the time. And then Trump himself, he had his own funeral honoring those Marines. And there was so many like high-ranking generals and like officers in the military there. And he was just like super respectful. He put out flowers. He walked up to a memorial and like stood there for a couple minutes, just like giving a moment of silence to these fallen servicemen. It was a really, really good thing for him. I really appreciate that because I really love our military. I don't appreciate what Joe Biden does, but I mean, kind of figured he would fuck it up somehow. But yeah,
Yeah.
It's been a shit show. Hopefully, we can figure this shit out. It's honestly getting
It
kind of
honestly
annoying
just makes
how-
America look like a joke.
Yeah, people are literally like laughing at us. I saw a list of all the countries. Like we lost 10. I don't know what the points are, but we lost 10 standing with Britain. We lost like 4 with Australia. We lost 8 with China, but China already hated us. We
China
lost
already
6
hates
with
us.
Russia. Russia actually kind of respected the US when Trump was there, but now he's
Yeah.
like, oh, Biden's a joke. That's funny.
Yeah.
He's fucking it up. And all of our allies really just did
don't
not
like us
that.
right now.
It's making us look bad. It makes us look like we don't care about our people. Because I
Yeah.
don't think they do.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
that
I feel like there's just too much of like oh, world peace, everyone's good, like just be nice. Like I feel like Joe has bought into that way too much, and now he's like, oh well, if we
can't
just leave
afford
them
to get
alone, they'll be
Trump to lose
fine. But
standing.
now it's like we're screwed.
Yeah, it's a shit
Like
show.
20 years
and-
of work for nothing.
But I recently heard also on a video posted by the Navy SEAL that killed Bin Laden. He was meeting with some high-ranking people in the military, and I believe they were talking about. He was like, "Send in 9 Navy SEALs. Give me 5 fucking Navy SEALs, and we'll liberate Afghanistan. That's what I need."
Is it that oh man, what's his name?
The guy who killed Bin Laden. I don't remember exactly what his name is, but badass
Isn't
for
it
sure.
Robert
Downey
O'Neill?
Jr. Yes.
Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah.
Boys, we got him.
No, I think his
We
name's
got him,
Robert
the Navy SEAL that killed Bin Laden. Robert Downey Jr.
Iron Man. Tony Stark.
Iron Man.
No, I think his name's Robert O'Neill. I listened to the Joe Rogan.
Oh
podcast he did
yeah,
a
I
while
think
ago.
that is right. That name does sound quite familiar.
He's a cool guy.
Yeah, really cool guy. Killed like the most wanted terrorist in the world.
Yeah, and my
Um,
uncle arrested Saddam Hussein, so
That's pretty sick.
yeah, it is pretty sick.
Wow. Damn.
Yeah.
But I think that pretty much covers it for Afghanistan. I guess we'll have to stay tuned for the next podcast and do
Yeah,
like
the next
a
update.
recap of the shit that happens. I think that today the Taliban have gained full control of the airport that we were using. So we have
In
1,000
Kabul?
Americans. Yeah, they took over the
Yeah.
Kabul airport, and now we have
Yeah.
1,000 Americans being
Trapped and
beheaded,
tortured
trapped.
and
Like they're literally being murdered, and we still haven't done anything. But we'll see how it handles. Hopefully,
we'll
Trump's
see how
like, "Hey,
everything turns out.
give me 2,000 Marines."
You mean
That's all I
you
need.
mean Biden?
No, I'm saying like Trump does it himself. Like, what if he just bought a private airplane? He's like, "Get on the airplane. We're gonna go fuck shit up."
That'd
That'll
be
be-
hilarious.
That'd be awesome, and it would probably be the best thing for this country right now as things stand. But
Yeah.
we'll see how it keeps going. Next topic, or did anyone else have anything to say about that?
I did
No,
want to
I think
say,
that-
I did want to say that we are recording this as of August 30th. So
Yeah.
Oh,
whenever we record the next fucking podcast, it would be an update of whatever happened
Since then.
Yeah, since August 30th. But yeah, today's August 30th. That's when we're recording the podcast.
Yep.
We apologize for the long wait as well. I mean, a lot of shit has
Yeah.
gone down the past few fucking weeks, so it's been.
We have a lot of really good stories, but I think we're gonna save those for when we get some more people. So we're a lot of other people involved, and
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
true.
for sure.
I feel like it just wouldn't be fair to tell some of the stories without them.
Facts.
So
But yeah, I can't think of anything else.
I've
I wanna go
How
back
long
to
has
bed.
it been?
it's been like an hour almost.
Yeah, it's been over an hour. Yeah, for sure.
Oh,
Oh, we should close off then.
well, hang on. There's one more thing I wanted to talk about.
All right. Well, one more closing topic.
Clothing.
Oh yeah.
Me and Brian are thinking about starting a clothing brand. And I mean, I know we have like no following right now and probably won't go anywhere. But I'm still gonna do it because I want to and can't tell me no. So eventually we're gonna have a clothing brand. It's gonna be promoted probably mostly on like TikTok and stuff, but we'll put a link in the description to that if that ever actually happens, which it will, because I'm gonna do it.
You go,
I
girl.
wanted to
But-
do it today.
Just like keep an eye out for that when that happens. I'm
We
sure
should
we'll
actually
make
work
a
on
big
the art
deal of
after
it. Yeah, I don't know really what it would be. We've thought of a couple of different ideas, like kind of making it car themed and then doing some just kind of plain tea type things and stuff like that. But
Or we could do something
Yeah.
along the lines of like a plain tee, but it says Squad of Humans on the front or something.
yeah, we've got some like that's what I mean, like a plain tea with like a
Yeah.
logo.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah. So I don't know. I just figured I'd bring that up. Maybe pique someone's interest that listens out. I don't know. Yeah, so believe this is episode 4.
Yeah.
It's episode 4. We're recording it. I'm hoping we'll release it as episode 4, but we'll see what happens. We might record another one soon, and so that could be episode 4 or whatever. But yeah. So thank you all for listening. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment, do anything you want. I don't care.
Leave a comment in the comment section about what you think of this podcast. Like what do you
Yeah,
think?
honest opinions.
Honest opinion. Is it
'cause-
boring? Do we need to spice it up? Is it good?
Like what do we gotta do?
Any
What
topics
we
that
gotta
you
do?
want us to talk about? Leave it down in
Yeah,
the comments.
questions, I
honestly.
guess. I don't think we'll get many questions, but who knows? So yeah, thank you for listening. Hope you all have a wonderful day.
And don't forget to like the like button.
Bye.
Take care, guys.
You too, bro. See ya.
Shut up, Brian. Fuck you.